good look for the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
And you were right. Look, I don't want to go. We got Thursday when you can rub my face in it. We disagreed on 6 games this weekend. But for the Vikings somehow pulling one out of the bunghole against the Browns, you would have gone 6-0. So 5-1 instead. And you trusted and believed in the Patriots. We had about a split panel last night on Football Night in America.
Yeah, interesting.
Patriots,
I wasn't expecting that.
And they pulled it off. And, hey, you know what? The Bills play with their food.
Yeah.
And you know what happens sometimes if you play with your food? Your food eats you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened last night.
I think so. Well, and also I think you got a team in New England Patriots who, you heard Chris Collinsworth and Tirico talk about this last night. We talked about it. They should have been going into that game 3-1 and not 2-2. They outplayed the Pittsburgh Steelers a few weeks back. So I think they also were a little chippy in that, hey, we're better than 2-2, and we're about to be a force in the AFC. It was a statement game. I mean, if there's ever a statement game, and Mike Vrabel in his early career here as the head coach of the New England Patriots, this was it. I mean, Buffalo, Super Bowl favorite. Right now, the only undefeated team as of yesterday. So, I mean, because of all of that, that was a fun game last night. And the Patriots, not only did they do some good things on the defense and stop the run and all that, but how could you not be excited for the Patriots and what Drake Maye did? I mean, Drake Maye did some Josh Allen stuff last night.
That throw he made late in the fourth quarter where he's getting dragged to the ground.
He made a few of them.
I thought he was just throwing it away.
Right.
And he completed it. It's like, good Lord, what's that guy doing?
Right. I mean, this was a game where they went up there and it didn't necessarily maybe go the way the Patriots would have liked it. Right. It was a phenomenal play where you go, oh, the Patriots would probably like this to be a little more low-scoring, controlled the ball. And I know this wasn't a huge high-scoring game, but I think they thought they might be able to run the ball on Buffalo. Nonetheless, they won this game because of the right arm of Drake Maye and his legs and his ability to extend some plays a few times against some creative blitzes by the Buffalo Bills. And then here you see the game-winning clutch field goal by Baraglis. I am so bad at saying his name. I got to practice it a few times, but either way.
Regardless, I think the uniforms worn by the Bills last night, the Nikification, I think those go away forever.
Damn, they're cool, though. I like them.
Well, I guess it was hard to see the numbers. We were talking about that on the broadcast.
Silver, and on a global warming night where it was 80 degrees, the cold front
so much for the cold
uniforms don't work.
But the last time the Patriots will ever play at that stadium, which I remember it as Rich Stadium in the 1970s.
Right. You remember it as other things when the Patriots come into town.
What are you talking about?
Well, when the Patriots come into town, usually there's an object thrown on the field.
Oh,
that wasn't thrown on for one last time last night.
Jeez, I had completely forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Who knows? We didn't see. Just because NBC cameras didn't share any images of it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
That's true.
And when Tom Brady is there later this year for the Eagles-Bills game, I assume there will be some backhanded lobbing of certain objects into the booth where Brady is working. So I had forgotten all about that. But that's a huge win for the Patriots. And hell, who knows? Maybe there'll be a rematch in January there. Both teams seem to be on track for the playoffs.
Agreed.
And the Patriots, look, we knew that they were going to be well coached with Mike Vrabel.
Right.
As we're getting close to the late stages of the game, the final 2 minutes and we've seen so many times now the chess match of how do you work the clock, how do you score,
go for it, do you close it out here?
All the different factors that will cause a normal human being's brain to just scramble. As that was approaching, it's like, you know what? Vrabel's the last guy I'm worried about.
Yeah.
He'll have a plan, and it'll work.
Right.
And he's thought through every scenario.
Yep.
He's thought through every permutation, and he's got a plan. And that's where he's a lot like Bill Belichick. And I think he learned that from Bill Belichick, just an obsession with understanding all the nuances of the rule book and how to take those rules and put them into action. But the way that ended, driving 20-20, because when the Bills tied it up, I'm thinking, it's going to be another overtime game, and then who knows what's going to happen.
Right.
But the Patriots put together the perfect drive, and they left the Bills with nothing. That's the key. You're going to go up by 3 points late in the game with the K-balls now, which clearly, and it's so funny. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I didn't write it yet at PFT.
Right.
And you saw the kick, the game-winning kick, 50-plus yards, and it's good by 20.
It was above the top of the goal.
It was crazy.
Right.
I've never seen a 50-plus yard field goal kicked like that.
We were talking about it at home. I was literally at home watching it at that point. Yeah.
So last week, Vic Fangio, the Eagles defensive coordinator, was the one that peeled back the curtain on the K-balls requiring an asterisk. And invoking Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, and Brady Anderson.
Right.
Like Brady Anderson caught a stray from Fangio last week. But then you have the mobilization of the coaches saying, oh, no, it's not the K-ball. Well, we spoke to one over the weekend who believes the K-ball is good for 5 to 7 yards.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is look, because the K-ball is a different color, because they have been beating the shit out of that thing.
Right.
Rubbing it down, scrubbing it down. There's a lot of stuff you can do.
Squeeze it to make sure the air gets to the center of the ball.
You want the sweet spot.
You want the sweet spot to be big and full.
And you don't want it to be slippery, because it's going to go through Brucey's hands. He just had popcorn, right? Or Tony Romo's, as the case may be. You don't want it to be slick. They used to have 90 minutes max to get the balls ready. They got all week now, and they're ready. And that field goal, when you think about it, you don't see 50-yarders that high up. He drilled that thing.
He did. He was clutch.
Somebody's going to hit from 75, not 70.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we're all expecting 70 to happen.
75. Give me 75.
But, to your point with the end of the game and the management there, I thought it was handled well. Even on the last third down, they took a chance to go, hey, maybe we can throw a ball here and get really down there in chip shot range instead of having to kick a 52-yard field goal, right? But at the same time, they called that play. They obviously had coached Drake Maye up on what to do. He rolls out to the right. Nobody's there. He's smart. He doesn't run out of bounds. He doesn't throw the ball away. He just runs, slides down to the ground, takes a sack, loss of no yards, I believe.
And you can tell Vrabel was happy.
Vrabel was like, happy. Good, right. It was almost like Drake Maye was like, I think somebody might have been open. I could have maybe thrown it. He was like, no, that was perfect. But, yeah, that was tough, gritty win by the New England Patriots.
That's the one thing about Vrabel. During the game, he's got no poker face. He should not even try. You can tell exactly what he's thinking, what he's saying.
Yeah.
All the gestures, all the mannerisms. The exact opposite of Bud Grant and Tom Landry back in the day.
No question. But I think the Patriots, as we expected, with Josh McDaniels manning down the the offensive side of the ball, Mike Vrabel and company for the defensive side of the ball. And then we're seeing here that Drake Maye is on an upward trajectory where you're starting to go, oh, man, every week it's pretty efficient. He makes a few throws every week where you go, ooh, whoa, that changed field position. And, of course, we're seeing his ability to run. And then now on the defensive side, they're healthy. Christian Gonzalez is there. We see Carlton Davis, and we know they were stout up front and one of the best run-stopping defenses in football. That, to me, is where I look at New England and go, they got potential to be a real pain in the butt here in the AFC. And no doubt they can go toe-to-toe with the Bills team that that I think, even at 4-0, has some flaws. I didn't look at it and went, oh, man, they are just they just, impose their will and they'll physically beat you up. No, I think the Bills they can be had. And you saw that last night. There's some flaws with their football team, even as good as they are.
This was their third straight home game, and their primetime game against the Dolphins was not impressive.
Right.
They could have lost that. Their afternoon game at home against the Saints was not impressive. They could have lost that.
In the run game. Right.
The best teams do not screw around. Look at what the Colts did yesterday with the Raiders. You don't screw around with an inferior opponent. You go out there and you beat the crap out of them, and you leave no doubt whatsoever as to what the outcome may be. Drake Maye, praising him.
Right.
You've had your reservations about him.
Yeah.
You've had your concerns with mechanics and try to, focus too hard and where's his feet. What have you seen from him so far this year?
Well, I think the big thing is just the mechanics are consistent, right? One of the things I talked about, a little last year, but especially coming out in the draft was, the arm was all over the place. It would get long. The motion itself was segmented. He'd almost would start the throw, he'd stop, and then he'd restart it again. There was a lot of that in college football. So, yeah, he was one of out of all the 6 guys that got drafted in the first round, kind of my least favorite there. But we've seen he's gone to quarterback school, works with a quarterback coach, with a guy like Josh McDaniels who teaches him how to play in the pocket. And I think that's the other thing you're seeing, too, where last year we saw, the mechanics were going in the right direction, but still the pocket movement, he was all over the place. He'd move into trouble. Sometimes you'd go, wait, why'd you get out of the pocket? You didn't need to here. Or you just looked at one guy and you ran. Now you're seeing him sit in the pocket, wait for people, work the pocket. Oh, wait, there's somebody coming open 25 yards down the field. Let me put the ball on the money there. He is tough in the pocket. He plays big there. And his athleticism continues to really impress me there. But on a night where I thought maybe they'd be able to run the football like the Saints did the week before, who absolutely bludgeoned the Bills in the run game. And that's something I know you and I have talked about. The Bills are not real big up front. So that's why we saw Derrick Henry in week 1 have a huge day. I thought the Patriots would be able to run the ball on them. But the Bills had a pretty good game plan of getting people down there and making things confusing. And the fact that they had a win with Drake Maye making plays, to me, is even bigger, because now the whole team can be like, we got a guy here. They got Josh Allen, but Drake Maye looks like he's on his way to Josh Allenville and that kind of player here. And I think the team can rally on that. And, of course, he's going to get so much confidence winning a game like that on the road.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.